So Daryl Morey, GM of the Houston Rockets, has gone completely outside of his brain. This is Charles. I want to welcome you to the conversation. Let's get into it. Now, listen, you guys saw the comments. You saw what Daryl Morey just said. That is factually true, that James Harden is a better scorer than Michael Jordan. I don't curse on this channel, but I know some of you who just heard what I just said are probably curse and listen to this video. How in the hell is James Harden a better scorer than Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan has averaged more points in a season than James Harden? Now, for anybody watching this video, if you want to start quoting PR and player efficiency rating and all this stuff, in a basketball game, the way you win a game is one team has to score more points than the other team to win the game. That's the final stat that matters in basketball. You can name off another ones, all the other ones. You can have 65 rebounds, but the team that gets the most points wins the game. That's how basketball works. That's why you have overtime. If it's a tie, you go into overtime. So how is it possible that we're going to neglect the fact that Michael Jordan averaged more points in a season than James Harden? Now, for what I've realized with this analytics is that you can make an argument for anything. I remember a few years ago, I saw an analytic that said Kobe Bryant was, I think, the fifth most clutch player in the league. And they had some no-name at the top of the list on ESPN, I think at the Jump, and Tracy McGrady said, I want you to read this list. And he said, and the guy was like, no, but Dirk Nowitzki's ahead of Kobe. And the guy was like, yeah, but who do you have ahead of Dirk? Some dude that comes off the bench. This is the problem when you get into analytics. It starts to turn into nonsense. We begin to lose sight of sense. Anyone that's watched basketball knows very good and well that you cannot even begin to compare Michael Jordan and James Harden as a scorer. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about where James Harden scores from on the floor versus where Michael Jordan scores from on the court. James Harden scores from virtually three places: the three-point line, the paint area, and he rarely takes a mid-range jump shot. Where did Michael Jordan score from? He scored from the paint, meaning driving to the basket. He scored in the post. He scored in the mid-range, and he scored at the three-point line. Michael Jordan, in that era, they didn't even take as many threes. The average score of games were actually much lower. So, and players in this day and age get more cracks at shooting the ball because they have more possessions. So with less possessions, Michael Jordan still averaged more points in the season than James Harden, when he averaged, I think it was like 37 something points a game in a season. If you guys don't know this and you think you know basketball, you need to go check the stats. Jordan averaged more points than James Harden in a season. First reason. Second reason he's better than James Harden as a scorer. Jordan has like 10 scoring titles. Let me repeat. He has like 10 scoring titles. If you want to say Kevin Durant is just as good as a scorer as Michael Jordan, then we can kind of have a conversation, because Kevin Durant has like 4 scoring titles. But how are you going to compare James Harden to someone who's won a scoring championship 10 different times in his career in a season? 10 times he led the league in scoring. So I don't want to hear anything about no PR rating and all that stuff, because at the end of the day, the most important stats, as Max Kellerman says, the counting stats, are your rebounds, points, and assists, and steals, and all these different things. Those are the ones that matter the most. That's how players are getting these contracts. That's why in some cases you see a lot of players getting paid a lot of money, because they have a high PER, but at the end of the day, they may average like 9 points a game. So how is it possible that this guy's a great player? It all depends on how you're measuring the stats. But any way you look at it, the end result is that Michael Jordan is a way better scorer than James Harden ever was. If you have James Harden's number, call him, do a video call with him and ask him, is he a better scorer than Michael Jordan? He'll tell you he is not. So we need to stop this. We're going a little bit too far. Daryl Morey is supposed to be the king of analytics, yet his team has never even made it to the finals yet. So I don't really want to hear much about that. We can talk about analytics and all this different thing. This is why people like Charles Barkley give a lot of disrespect to analytics, because when you have people coming out saying this kind of stuff, this is what happens. So my take on it, shouldn't even be a conversation. Now, if you disagree with me, please let me know in the comment section. Maybe you think what I'm saying is crazy. If we have any Jordan fans watching this video, please, can you set some of these people straight? Because I think we're going to a point now where it's starting to become ridiculous. So my take is we shouldn't even be having this discussion. Michael Jordan is hands down a better scorer than James Harden. We didn't even mention Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who actually has the most points scored in the history of basketball, but we're going to leave that for another day. So once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below and let me know if you agree with me in this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.